Hey guys, how you doing? Gary Wood, SwolNeck Outdoors. My apologies being late on this. I did a video earlier today. Um, did not realize it went over the 15-minute threshold that YouTube puts on us on new channels. So my apologies for that. I did get some screenshots on what we done out there today. So let's jump into it. Land management. Okay. One of the big things we need to do around land management is number one, like I told you guys, have your permissions to hunt that property on your cell phone. Okay. Now, my property manager emails me a letter every year. I save it in a file on my cell phone, and my cell phone goes in the woods with me. The volume's cut off, and it is tucked inside a jacket where it won't, if I get messages or something, when it lights up, it won't inhibit my hunt if I'm sitting in the dark waiting on, early light. With that being said, also have my license on me. Okay, so you're good there. The next thing we want to focus on is posting your land. Go to all the corners with your property lines. Put your no trespassing sign, posted sign, whatever the case may be. And, even if you have long runs between corners, go down through there every 100 yards or so and, put those posted or no trespassing signs in. Now, if you look at this video or this picture here, you can see, let me swing around here. You can see this trespassing sign here. Now, according to, here in North Carolina, properly hung or placed no trespassing or posted sign is the front is facing, off of the property, it's just inside the property line where you anchor that posted sign down. And the back of that sign refers to all this is no trespassing. Okay, so you can see this sign here, it's got the field and all the woods behind it as no trespassing up into there. So, and like I say, those long runs, definitely every 100 yards or so, every 50 yards, if you want to, really manage it correctly, put your posted signs out. There are houses near this land, this property. Okay, so there's people that like to walk their pets after work in the evening, especially during the fall when it's a little cooler. And when they walk on here to walk their pets, they jump my deers. So, we keep that posted to keep them from doing that in the future. So, we had a problem with that about the first year or two, and then we got a hold of that. So, also keeps people off of the property that shouldn't be there. Okay, like I say, first 2 years we actually caught someone on this property that shouldn't be there. We had discussions with him, no more issues. Okay, so this is going to keep the pressure away from your deer on your property. All right. The next thing we wanted to talk about was the other side of land management. Okay, the cleanup, from the off season and things like that. So we have another picture of the video we took today, right here. Okay. Now, guys, this right here is one of my main doe trails, coming off of that oak ridge and hitting, the feeder right back in here in the corner of the field. So we want to, clean that out right here. We want to clean all this out because that's one of my major doe trails coming out of this oak ridge, jumping on this doe trail, coming to the edge of the field and over here to our feeder. So this is one of the items we'd have to clean up here in the next week or so. Now, I left this tree here. I seen this tree week after it happened, but knowing I was going to start doing these videos, I thought, you can see how dead it is. I mean, I just left it there. I said, this is going to be a good tutelage for land management right here. We have some other trees around the property that are down, and we have to clean those up. They may not be on a major doe trail like this one here, but still, it just keeps the property fresher looking and all that. So, clean up your doe, clean up everything, for the most part. Get your dead trees off your doe trails, keep the deer herd moving in the way you want to move. Now their bedding area is right back over in here. Okay. That's where they have a bedding area. They have water. Okay. It's thick underbrush, all that type of stuff. So when they're walking, this oak ridge right here, they know that feeder's right there. So as they're walking through, hitting those acorns and all, they know right over here this feeder, especially when I have, I got a mulch-free and it's got a timer on it. So they know when that feeder goes off, it's slinging that corn. So they know it's dinner time. Okay. So we want to draw them out of here and place them here. One, where it's more open and those mature bucks can see, those 10, 12, 16, 18 does sitting around eating all this corn. But two, also gives us open shots on those mature bucks if they were to stick their head out as well. Okay, so we want to make sure that we land manage all the debris off of our trails and things like that. Now, that limb you're looking at, it's actually the top of a tree limb that blew out the top up over this tree right here. So, the 11 porter we got this past season in November 13th, he actually walked right across that doe trail and walked right up this trail that I'm standing on to the top end of the lower field, which reduced my shot range. I think it ended up being like 156, 158 yards. But he walked right through that doe trail right there out into this opening up to the clearing patch of the field. So once again, if this had been there, who knows, he may have stayed in the oak ridge over here and went on up and around and I'd have never saw him. Okay. So that's one of the things we want to do with land management, keep everything clean and, keep it to where the deer can easily access what we're offering, and get them out and open for the bucks and ourselves for a shot. Knew this video would be a short one. Land management is important. That's why I wanted to do it first. That's one of the most important things you can do for your hunting area. Now, if you're hunting game lands, none of this will apply to you. I mean, it just won't. To go out there and clean up on game land and, get ready to go in there, come the season and you walk in there and there's a dude sitting up in a tree. I live here pretty close to Sharon Harris. Okay. So I've hunted out there. And I'm gonna just say it can get crowded out there. Okay. So if you're hunting game lands, I've had a little bit of luck on game land, but not as much as I have on private land. And even, we did these same things when we had family land up in Edgecombe County. We kept things cleaned out and things like that. Had the land posted and all that. We were real successful up there. I mean, we'd have a skinning rack, 6 or 8 deer up. Guys just skinning hard as we could after that hunt. But when you're one and the area is I'd say somewhat populated, with houses around and stuff like that, and you have to build your herd. That's what we get into next week. You have to build your herd, and a lot of this land management stuff plays into that. Okay, especially if it's easily accessible for people. So definitely need to keep our eyes on that. But next week will be herd management. My apologies on the video today. I did not realize it was over 15 minutes till I got ready to load it up. And it's already, 6:45 in North Carolina right now. So it's dark. Gary Wood, SwolNeck Outdoors. Next week, we'll go through deer management, everything you need to do to get your herd up to what you need it to be. Just think about it, guys. The more does you have, the more mature bucks you're going to have. Okay. When I started hunting this property, we probably had, less than 10 does that I could see on a regular basis. Now we're upwards of 25 and 30. Okay, it's actually, I actually think it's two different herds of those coming through. So, herd management means a lot, and it's bringing in our bigger bugs. So, Gary Wood, SwolNeck Outdoors, give me a subscribe. And like I say, next week, be more involved, maybe a two-part video in that one. We'll be back out on the land, and we'll go through some stuff out there. But guys, it's that time of the year in North Carolina. Okay, everybody, time for the Dixie Deer Classic. Okay, so head on out to the Classic, March 3rd through the 5th. Okay, I know I'll be there the 4th, that Saturday, pretty much all day. I got to take a deer up there to get scored, or a rack rather, to get scored. So if I see you there, slap me on the shoulder, say hey, shake my hand, and I'll see you guys next week. If not at the Dixie Deer Classic, I'll see you on the next video. Like I say, give me a like. If you have any questions or anything, SwolNeckOutdoors@gmail.com. Have a good one, gang. Later.